experience
So welcome everybody. We are here today to present the program of the School of Vision Masterclass that will be held in Rome this spring, and we are very happy to share with you all the insights that will happen during our program that will last from the 16th of April until the 9th of April. It's going to be the second edition of the School of Vision Rome edition. And we are very happy about the idea of replicating for a second edition, the Rome edition, because the last year was really a very intense and successful event, which brought 15 visionary from all around the world to encounter and meet here in Rome to explore the visionary thinking. So what we will do today is that we will first explore in a very brief way what is the content in a very general and broad approach of the School of Vision and what will be the main topic that will be touched during the masterclass, and then we will dive into the program that the 4 days program that will happen in Rome from the 16th of April until the 9th of April. So to start, first of all, we want to share with you a little bit what's the idea behind the School of Vision and why we decide to come up with the design of a masterclass which focus each individual that decide to participate on how to develop a vision, how to actually design a vision. Because what we believe at the School of Vision, which is a research center that is founded on the idea that this time more than ever needs visionary thinking, and visionary thinkings can come from different fields, any fields of the human knowledge, from science to art, from entrepreneurship to politics, and everything, and everybody that's needed to face the uncertainty is in the position to develop a vision in this epoch. And first of all, we want to understand together what is a vision. What are we talking about when we talk about visionary thinking? Well, the way we approach visionary thinking is that you need, in a very simple way, so if you want to skip all the rest of the webinar, this is what you need to know. Visionary thinking is about doing mainly two things: understanding the external world, so all the demand, all the issue, all the challenge that are happening in the world right now, and how do we need to deal with all of these challenges that are coming from the outside. And on the other side, we need to explore and discover, understand, and express our internal world. Once we are able to bring those two sides of the human experience together, and this is the hard part on how we do it, there is where vision and visionary thinking emerge. So the entire 4 days of the Rome Masterclass will be exploration of both side of the internal world and understanding what's your urgency, what's your internal drive, what's your private mission that you want to bring into the world, and what's your uniqueness footprint that you can leave into the world, and trying to match this with an understanding of the external world, of the external challenge that nowadays are pressuring the world in this moment. So what's the visionary mind? The visionary mind is, of course, something that doesn't exist in nature, is the prototype of the visionary. And we are not expecting that any of us can actually reach all of those different cognitive ability all at once. But it's important to understand that there are many different approaches, many different things that we can develop in order to develop a vision. Each one of us is more focused on one of those or more of those different cognitive ability. And it's important to know that the visionary thinking is a way to approach and to understand that each one of these cognitive traits can be trained, can be teach, and can be learned, and can be developed within yourself. And this is something we will see on the 4 days masterclass in all the different occasions that we will have. How we develop a visionary mind? Well, we trying to develop visionary thinking, and visionary thinking is a blend of different way of looking at the world in a not ordinary way, not an intuitive way, but in a way that is counterintuitive, using different kind of intelligence, can be symbolic, visual, future thinking, systemic intelligence, a different way of looking at the challenge of the world that are not the normal way that we are expecting to use when we are at work, in a more rational, more linear and analytical way. So we learn from the great visionary, from people who were able to develop their intuitive side, their creative side, not for necessarily creative purpose, but to bring this kind of creativity and intuition and analogic way of thinking into their own field. So this is something we explore broadly in the 4 days masterclass that will happen in Rome. So we are defining and finalizing all the program for you that want to join, and we want to share with you today what happened last year into the masterclass, because we think it's very important for you to go through all the different aspects, also practical aspect of the experience that you will do here in Rome. And first of all, why we decide to choose Rome as our center. The reason is because we believe that Rome was designed for being a sustainable city, which means for being a city that will last in time. And somehow this was one of the biggest vision that human being ever had. And how can we actually design something that can last, can attract, and can be as interesting and as always able to renovate itself in a world that is constantly changing. So it's going to be very interesting to explore visionary thinking in a city like Rome, and in an environment that from one side put a lot of question on how to deal with the past, how to deal with many visions that have been layered on the city, and at the same time, how do we envision the future of the city right now? And therefore, this is a very quick exploration of the program, especially the program that we had last year. And this year, it will be very similar with a little adjustment, but the core is that we want to blend in-class theory, expert encounter, and in-city experience. So we will have a lot of time in class, into the museum, which will be our headquarters, to understand what visionary thinking is from a theoretical point of view. And then we will encounter many experts from different fields, geopolitical experts, architects, artists, and people, scientists, from people from different fields that will tell us about their vision into the world right now. And then we will have a little tour of special place in Rome, not common, not the Colosseum, not St. Peter, not common place in Rome that right now are developing vision of the future. And of course, there is also some time to relax and have some time together to get to know each other. And I want to say that this was for sure one of the most important things that happened during the last edition, because the fact that a community was built around the idea of visionary thinking, a community that is still today in touch and creating vision together, this was really somehow the magic ingredient that brought all the theory and all the practice together. And the first day, so is a day dedicated to understanding the present and understanding where we are now and how we are looking into the future. The second day is more looking at the past, understanding from where we come from, and still looking it from a theoretical point of view, from an encounter with expert, and also in-city experience. This will help us to explore a different side. We will have an encounter with a geopolitical expert that will tell us about weak signals of what's happening right now into the world. We will encounter architects that are designing the new shape of Colosseum and the archaeological center of Rome. And also at the end of the day, a dinner into an atelier of an artist to envision how young artists in Rome are blending together artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and art. The third day is a special day, is a Saturday, and we will have a free tour, a grand tour of Rome, looking at it from a different point of view, exploring all the contemporary spots into the city and understanding how art, this is the day dedicated to contemporary art as a tool to envision the future, how art can actually help us to shape and understand how the future will look like. Then we will have the free afternoon in Saturday, and we will meet again on Sunday, which will be a focus day in the headquarters, in the museum, to actually brought together all the takeaway, create a final presentation and an action plan for your Monday after the meeting, after the workshop, to really understand how to apply and how to develop your next few months in order to bring the vision into action and operation. So this is the entire program. You can find everything on the website. You can also have the frequently asked question on the website, and for any other question you have, you can for sure contact Alice, which is always present to give you any kind of information you need, and you will meet her with all the rest of the team in Rome, which I hope we can meet you soon and spend some time together in the city to really understand what visionary thinking is and how we can uplift and transform our day-to-day life thanks to the ability to bring together what's your inner urgency and drive and the understanding of this extremely delicate and challenging moment in the world. Thank you very much for your time, and I really hope to meet you in Rome. So see you in April. Thanks. Bye-bye.